So speaking of safe, let's go to Safety Sue, and then I believe our demonstrator is in the house, so we'll be spanning over to him pretty quick after his quick introduction. Sue, take it away.
Thank you, thank you. Hi, guys and gals. This week, since we're still doing basics, we're going to talk about the grinder and how you can really grind skin very fast off your hand. Now, remember, we should be using grinders that are running around 1,750 RPMs. Some people do use faster grinders. Cindy Droza admits to using faster grinders, but you don't want to burn your metal away and lose the temper. So the slower moving wheels are better. And we have two main wheels that we use. We use a stone wheel. And again, anytime that you get one of those, make sure you check it to make sure that it's not going to break or there's no cracks in it. Now there's a trick, and Dan will have to help me on this. There's a trick where you ping it, and if you hear anything, it's cracked. Get rid of that wheel. The other wheels we use are CBNs. CBNs need high, heavy duty steel. You don't want to use some of the stuff that softer steel. Even the tool that Montgomery Ward sold 50 years ago, which I have a set of, you don't want to use those on there. You need a stone wheel. But when we're talking, we all use the rig, the one-way rig. Well, most of us do. Some of us use a rig that's very similar to it. And when you're turning that back and forth, you've got it set with your 2.5 inch or 1.5 or 2 inch outlining thing, and you've got the handle with the jig in the V grind, and you're grinding that down. Don't go off the edge. One, you're going to hurt your steel, and your knuckles and stuff don't like it. So, like all our stuff that we use, make sure you're wearing safety glasses. Make sure you're having a mask. You don't want that carbon down in your lungs. And be safe out there. If you use a dust collection with it, make sure it's not the same dust collection that you're using for your wood shavings, because you don't want a spark to catch all the dust and stuff on fire. So be careful out there this week. Make sure you have sharp tools. I do have a couple of stones, and I have credit card stones right near me. And I also have a leather strop right there if I need it. So guys, be careful. Watch your hands, watch your face, and just have fun out there. So take care this week.
Just in addition, Sue,
please add.
When it comes to the stone grinders, make sure that they don't go over the speed that they're made for.
Oh, good idea.
Because they will explode.
Yep. Also, with your stone wheels, you should be grinding strictly on the front face of the surface. You should never be going in on the sides of a stone wheel, because you will blow that wheel up. You may get away with it today, tomorrow, next week, the next 20 times you do it, but eventually that wheel is going to pop on you.
And for the ping test that she mentioned.
Oh yes, thanks, Scott.
If you have to hang it by a string or something to do that. If it's tightened in your grinder, it's not going to work either way. If you tap it lightly with a hammer, if it pings, it's fine. If it just makes a thud, that means it's got a crack in it. That's how you test it out.
Thanks, Scott. I knew that there was a system to it, but my mind's just not working tonight.
Also on a stone wheel, if it's slowing down, you don't want to flip it back on again, because that jerk can make it stone come apart.
Oh, thanks, Bob.
You're welcome, Sue.
Anytime.
All right.
And you never want to grind aluminum or brass on a stone. It will cake up and build up and explode.
That's a fact.
And another
That is
thing,
a
on
fact.
a CBN wheel, if you put magnets underneath it, it can catch the grindings from the CBN wheel. Those can catch on fire.
Yep.
Oh,
And
wow.
you can't put those out. You just gotta let them burn out.
Right. And on your
I've got
CBN,
magnets under mine.
you don't want to grind ferocious metals, and you don't want to grind or sharpen carbon steel chisels on your CBN. You can get away with it if you have a product called Slick Stick, and you apply that to your CBN. Then grind whatever that carbon utensil is that you're trying to sharpen, and then immediately clean off the CBN. But you know, AO wheels and your other oxide wheels are better suited for your non-high-speed steel sharpening and grinding functions. So preserve your CBN.
Hey, Dane, how do you clean a CBN wheel? I've never heard how.
There's a
Dish
posting
detergent,
on the
dish-
Wood Turning Wonders about how he does a video on how to clean
Yes.
one.
Yeah, so
It's
Ken
worth it.
Rizzo, woodturnerswonders.com. He's got a great YouTube video on it. The Cliff Notes version is use water and dish detergent and a brass brush
Okay.
or a toothbrush to clean the pores. And it's an arduous task, but can it be done? Absolutely. But if you're not getting it all clogged up with soft metals, you shouldn't have to clean it.
True.
Hey, Dana. Hey, Dane. I think you use PV Blaster.
PV Blaster is also
Yeah.
used as well. A
Yeah.
non-oil type
Yeah,
solution.
what do you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Don't
At
use
the AAW,
WD-40.
he told me even something
Hey,
as
Dave.
simple as WD-40, but PV Blaster is better.
Yeah, you don't want to use
Yeah.
WD-40 on a CBN wheel. You're asking
Oh,
for
he said
stuff
you could.
attracted to it. Really?
Yep, he said use it. Use a brush, spray it with
Because
the
his video.
WD-40.
Okay, so he's changed his stance on because his video doesn't recommend it in
Hey,
his video.
Dane.
Right.
Yeah,
Hello.
go ahead, Dave.
Yes. When you're talking about those wheels grinding, any kind of grinding, you have to allow the wheel to do the grinding before you push too much in there.
Correct.
On each stone wheel
On
or
each.
the,
Makes no difference.
yeah, there's no difference. You have to let it do the work, because if you press too hard, that's where you get the burnout.
Correct. Undue friction,
Right.
just like turning.
Hey, Dane.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
just thank everybody for chipping in on the safety talks. It
Oh, yeah.
makes me smile,
Absolutely.
and I'm so glad that this group is so much into safety.
Yes.
What Eddie just show us.
Yeah, well,
That's
that's
at Tim
Hatch.
That's right outside of Tim Hatch's house.
Ah.
I think that's right here in League City.